Hello and welcome to the new video. Today the topic of the video is the worldwide famous the Great Wall of China. In the north of China there lies a 6,700 km long ancient wall, well known as the Great Wall of China. It starts as the Jiayuguan Pass of Gansu province in the west and ends at the Shanhaiguan Pass of Hebei province in the east. As one of the seven wonders of the world, the Great Wall of China has become the symbol of Chinese nation and its culture. The Great Wall, one of the greatest wonders of the world, was enlisted in the World Heritage by UNESCO in 1987. Just like a gigantic dragon, the Great Wall winds up and down across deserts, grasslands, mountains, and plateaus stretching approximately 4,163 miles from east to west of China. With a history of more than 2000 years, some of the sections of the Great Wall are now in ruins or even entirely disappeared. However, it is still one of the most appealing attractions all around the world, owing to its architectural grandeur and historical significance. The wall is reputed as one of the seven construction wonders in the world, not only for its long history, but its massive construction size and its unique architectural style as well. A great army of manpower composed of soldiers, prisoners, and local people built the wall. The construction result demonstrates the manifestation of the wisdom of Chinese people. The construction of the Great Wall began between 7th and 8th centuries BC, where the warring states built defensive walls to ward off the enemies from the north. It was only a regional project. Until the Qin dynasty, the separate walls were joined together and consequently it stretched from east to west for about 5,000 kilometers and served to keep nomadic tribes out. The wall was further extended and strengthened in succeeding dynasties, especially during Ming dynasty when the northern nomadic ethnic groups became very powerful. The Ming ruler had to wall renovated 18 times. As a result, not the remains from the Qin dynasty were restored, but some thousand kilometers were constructed to a full length of 6,700 kilometers. The architectural style of the Great Wall is a marvel in the history of construction in the world, since the weaponry only consisted of swords, spears, lances, and halberds, bows, and arrows. In the ancient times, wall with passes, watchtowers, and signal towers became an important strategy. To ensure the safety of the dynasties, the feudal rulers strove to improve the construction of the Great Wall after it took shape in Qin dynasty. Emperor Qin Shi Huang's contribution to the design of the wall is considered to be the greatest importance as it ensured peace for the people in the northern part of China against the Huns and established a pattern of defense for further generations. The Great Wall of the Qin dynasty was built at the expense of many lives. It involved the back-breaking toil of tens of thousands of people, including conscripted soldiers, slaves, convicts, as well as ordinary people. It is for this reason that the story of Great Wall is often associated with the cruelty of first emperor of Qin. The Ming dynasty saw the creation of sophisticated defense systems along the wall, embracing garrison towns, garrison posts, passes, blockhouses, additional wall structures, watchtowers, and beacon towers, each given a different status and design mission. The system enabled the imperial court to stay in touch with the military and administrative agencies at various levels, including those at the grassroots, and provided the frontier troops with facilities to carry out defense. The Great Wall we see today is mostly from the Ming dynasty. The wall extends for some 4,160 miles or 6,700 kilometers, often treading the crystalline of hills and mountains as it snakes across the Chinese countryside. With an average height of 10 meters and a width of 5 meters, the wall runs up and down along the mountain ridges and valleys from east to west. It stands as a witness of Chinese history, culture, and development. No one who has seen a part of the Great Wall of China can deny that this wonder of ancient military fortification is a fantastic relic from the past that also bears witness to human endeavor. The wall attracts hundreds of thousands of visitors each year from all the parts of the world. The Great Wall is probably the most widely recognized and enduring symbol of China. In its entire, the Great Wall, or to give its Chinese name, Wan Li Chang Chen, stretches over 10,000 Chinese miles or 5,000 kilometers. Following a 45-day long survey of 101 sections of the wall at different provinces, the China Great Wall Academy reported on December 12, 2002 that this distance is now merely a historic record. The forces of nature and destruction at the hand of mankind are bringing about gradual reduction of its extent, with the result that less than 30% remains in good condition. The Academy has called for greater protection of this important relic, with the effects of nature are gradual and may take effect over a quite lengthy period. The deliberate destruction by man could totally deplete the wall in a very short space of time. Some parts of wall have been dynamited and stones sold off. This means that the traces of the wall are hard to find in some areas. Also, some people dropped stones off the wall and stacked them near the wall. Nearby, it was a plain to see tracks where the material had been hacked from the surface of the wall. Although there are regulations forbidding the construction of new buildings within 150 meters of the wall, but it appears that this official information has failed to reach every corner of the city. Lots of beautiful legends and stories about the Great Wall took place following along the construction, and since that time, these stories have spread around the country. Those that happened during the construction are abundant. Meng Jinangu's story is the most famous and widely spread of all. The story happened during the Qin dynasty, from 221 BC to 206 BC. It tells of how Meng Jinangu's bitter weeping made a section of Great Wall collapse. Meng Jinangu's husband, Pan Kiliang, was caught by federal officials and sent to build the Great Wall. Meng Jinangu heard nothing from him after his departure, so she set out to look for him. Unfortunately, by the time she reached the Great Wall, she discovered that her husband had already died. Hearing the bad news, she cried her heart out. Her fall caused the collapse of a part of the Great Wall. This story indicates that the Great Wall is the production of tens of thousands of Chinese commoners. Beautiful stories and legends about the Great Wall helped to keep alive Chinese history and culture. In each dynasty, after building the Great Wall, many more stories were created and spread, but it is not known that these stories are either real or fictional. That's all here from FS Documentaries about the history and magnificence of the Great Wall of China. Meet you in the next video. Till then, subscribe my channel and click the thumbs up button down there. Thanks.